Soglang Tumka, Mai Mogatso Yokar. To all our CCR TV viewers, a warm welcome. You are watching our sports program in Conversation with. And for this program, we have the Chief Executive Officer of Churchill Brothers Sports Club. They are from Varka and they have qualified for the prestigious ISL. We welcome Valanka Alemao.
Thank you so much for having me here.
It's a prestige for Churchill Brothers to qualify for the ISL, which is the topmost league that we have in India. Before we start with the program, we are mourning the death of a great personality, a great world figure, and that's Pope Francis. Pope Francis loved football, but for him, if you have to ask him, and people asked him, who is the GOAT in football, he never said it was Maradona or Messi, both from Argentina. And for him, he was very close to football. He said, my GOAT in football is Brazilian Pelé. He was very close with football because he was a member of the Argentine club, San Lorenzo, and he paid all his dues to the club. We know that he died at the age of 88, and his member in the club, San Lorenzo in Argentina, was number 88,235. His enduring love for football was unique. When he was elected Pope in 2013, many people from Argentina celebrated it as the second divine intervention in the country's history. Then you'll ask me, which was the first one? The first one was Diego Maradona's infamous hand of God, the goal against England in 1986 World Cup. We pray for his soul and we will remember him as a great pope. Did you have any chance of being in Rome and seeing him or meeting him, Valanka?
I must say that I'm truly blessed and grateful. In 2018, I had this great, wish to go and be at the Vatican on my birthday. And everybody laughed that, you're going on your birthday to Vatican. But I had this very deep, love towards at least once going and visiting the place. So the way I had planned was that on Wednesday when the Pope comes, on the window for the Angelus, that's the time I'm going to meet him. But as soon as I reached, we stayed in a hotel next to the Vatican. And there were 2 invitations for the Mass slipped in the night. And me and my very good friend, who's also from London, she was there. And when we just got up at about 6 in the morning because we just wanted to go and visit the church, we saw that the Holy Mass is going to be said by the Holy Father. And we were shocked. We changed and we ran. And obviously, when the Mass is there at, St. Peter's Square, the church over there are very limited chairs. So we didn't expect. And to our surprise, we also got 2 chairs which were reserved. And I had the opportunity to be there. And the most beautiful thing also that happened was, so when we say the, prayers of the faithful, they say that, there was a priest from Valanka.
Is it?
And he said it in Tamil. So I had goosebumps and I said that this all was planned by Almighty God. I was meant to be there. I I didn't meet him like in person, but he was walking past. I have the videos and all, and I was just there seeking blessings. And there were so many priests, and like it was something which I will never forget in my life.
So it was a great moment.
Oh my God, it was
that,
like divine intercession.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we pay homage to this great personality that the world has
And always
lost.
a smiling person. I mean, he was one of a kind of a pope who always had a smile, and even though he was so unwell, he still wanted to be there. I mean, imagine Easter Sunday, he's there blessing everyone, and then suddenly on Monday we get this.
Yeah, so on Easter Monday, he
Yeah.
left all of us. And Pope Francis's often overlooked aspect of his personality was his enduring love for sport and especially football. You have taken over as the CEO at a time when the team was not very strong.
What I have to say is that the team was always strong, but we were always the runners-up. Always runners-up. We never won the title. So I don't know, it happened very, very, very naturally that, I joined the club as the CEO, and just the year I joined, I mean, we won the league.
Yes.
And from there on, this is the third league. So probably they needed some lady luck, which I think happened, and yeah, the rest is history.
Yeah. And at that time, there was no promotion.
No, it's not about promotion. At that time, there was only one league. So we
Yes.
were on top of the league, and
Yes.
we have won it twice, and there was no ISL.
Yeah, ISL came much
It just
later.
came 10 years back.
Yeah, and then ISL, when it was there, it was only limited to those teams,
Yeah.
and no other teams were being added.
No. So
But,
the promotion started, this is the third year.
Yes.
So the other two clubs who have made it there is one is Round Glass Punjab and one is Mohammedan Sporting, and fortunately now it's Churchill Brothers.
When you started the season this year, 2024-25, did you think that you would end up at the top of the league and qualify?
To be very honest, deep down I knew it after looking at the squad, the way we had, it was a very different feeling this time, because from the Indians to our Goans to the foreigners were very, very dedicated, very, very hardworking, to our coach and our assistant coach, head coach Dimitri and assistant coach Saran Singh, who's also been a part of our I-League win before, and now he's the coach. Then even Mario, for that matter.
Mario Suarez.
Mario Suarez. So I used to go, since he's not keeping
He's
too
not
well,
yeah.
but now he's doing much better. So
Recovery.
I would go to meet him, and every time I met Mario, is only one word. A party ISL angeli, and I'm like, Mario, tu soil training soila, and he'll be like, bhai, I'm soglen soitan, tu soi, tu sara sang, a part am jikile. These were his words from day one.
And when you started this year, everybody said this is a different team.
Yeah, true.
What is that made people think that they would qualify?
I think I must thank the people of Goa, my Goan fellow Goans who have come in large numbers to support each and every match. I think the best thing was that we played at Raya, and Our Lady of Snows, if you see the stadium, like you have this church in the background, and then you have this lovely stadium, and people would just we had matches at 3:30 and people would be there by 3. And this was something which has happened before, before ISL and NFL was there and I-League. And, we have not even done so much of, I would say, in terms of marketing compared to the ISL clubs and all. But I must say, the way the people came and they were supporting our players, and if the last match which I can recollect in Goa, which happened, Churchill Brothers versus Interkashi, and we scored one, then they scored one, then they scored another one, and we were almost reaching those 90 minutes, and people were praying. please, Saiba, please, a goal, जाओ पास है. And 95th minute, Ralte scored that goal. So God has been very kind. I think without Almighty God's blessings and Mother Mary's, we couldn't achieve this.
For this I-League matches, especially in Goa, you played at Tilaka Stadium
Before,
earlier.
yeah.
Yes.
And
Hardly you would get people to watch.
yeah.
You shifted to the Raya Panchayat
Yeah.
ground. And I believe it was something which
It was
never happened.
It was the best decision I made. There was so many, there was time, initially when we played the first match, obviously the pitch was not good and all of that. And all in the management started saying, no, now since Dempo is playing in Fatorda, we should move. And I was that only one person who said that no, the pitch is going to be fine. This is the best ground we have ever had over the last few years. And just believe, trust the process. We are not going to shift and we will do it there.
So Raya proved to be very, very, very lucky.
Very lucky. And even now, if you see the pitch, it's superb. You had the Dream 11, such a big event over there.
Yes.
And we've also hired very good people to maintain the pitch. And this wouldn't have been possible without the help of the Sarpanch of Raya and his entire, team, which has given us immense support. The priest from Our Lady of Snows and, especially the
So you had
Badkur.
the backing of everybody.
Oh my God, they used to come and do the announcements. They used to get the children and it was like I really belonged there. So yeah.
Yes. There was something marvelous.
Marvelous. Every match was
and
special.
this is the first time that in the I-League you had two Goan teams, because Dempo also.
Yes, and so that
So-
was a welcome for the Goan teams, because I always say this, I have grown up watching Dempo Salgaonkar, Churchill and Sporting, and then suddenly there was a vacuum. It was only us who
So
were
the
there.
Dempos joined you
Yeah, and I
this
hope-
year.
yeah.
And perhaps since always you had one team, I think it was natural that one team should have gone up.
Yeah,
So-
by God's grace. I mean, it's not been easy. It's been a struggle. If you remember in the COVID bubble in 2021-22, that season, we almost won the league. We were 8 points leading and we had, I think, 3 matches to go. And we lost it to Gokulam.
No, but this year,
But that year there was no promotion.
no promotion.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
this
yeah.
year, right from the beginning, I heard lot of spectators and those who are in football to say that this is a different team.
Different team. I must say.
And I was also told that your selection of players this time was excellent.
So that credit goes to Aditya Varos Pereira, who is my elder sister's son, so my nephew, and he did a fantabulous job with my brother Savio. So they would scout. See, back then it was my dad and his brothers who would do, and they did an incredible job, because Churchill Brothers has a history of getting players like Philip Mensah, Yakubu, Odafe. I mean, my father, before going to sleep, he stress busters watching Odafe's videos on Google. So, back then, even when there was no social media and all, they got these great players. And now I must say, that's why I say it's really a legacy club. And why a legacy club? Because my grandfather was a referee. He was a cabo with the, police during the Portuguese regiment.
days, yeah.
And after that, my dad and his brothers started this team. And, a very famous coach, if you know him, Peter.
Yeah, the late Peter
Rodriguez
from Varka.
He's the one who named our club Churchill Brothers, after the brothers. And then after the brothers, it was, I had joined, so the daughter and my brother and Savio and my, other cousins and all of that. And now the grandson.
Yeah, but you came quite late in the
Very.
in the team.
Yeah, but ever since I came, we started winning.
Okay, so you brought a very
My
good
dad
luck.
says that. I can't say it, but he always says that.
Yeah, and I know that for the first time, there was no space in the stands for the people to watch, especially the last
Match.
critical match.
Yeah, people were standing for good 95 minutes.
This
and they
never
did not
happened.
leave.
This never happened of late, and attendance for most of the football matches in Goa is on the decline.
Yeah.
But you have been able to revive.
Yes.
How is that?
I think it was I don't know whether it was perfect timing or it's God's timing, I don't know what it is. But I could see all our fans coming back to Churchill Brothers, you know. And it was not just younger people, it was the young, old, the women, the children. It was a mix of everything. Basically, it was passionate football lovers who had come for the matches.
And basically, this is a Goan football club per
Yeah,
se.
Per se.
Like
Knees going
like,
kar.
yeah, but, like Dempos, Salgonka.
Yes.
Yeah, and people did make a comment to say that our own Goenchi team,
Yeah.
ISL
Pauli.
Ligen Paulima.
I
Do you believe in that?
truly believe in that. Truly believe, because very few legacy clubs are there, and it is not easy to run, you know, a football club when there is so much competition from ISL and all of that. And even this year in the I League, if you see, it has been a very, very competitive league. Although we have maintained the spot one right from day one, maybe 2 times we just dropped to Namdari with a point or something, then we were back. So I must give credit to the players who have really worked hard, and their dedication, and they believed, you know, like we lost crucial points for the Rajasthan away match and all, and I think even when they were there, we would have, you know, Zoom meetings and speak, and there was a lot of like counseling and all of that, like what happens. And I mean, that is my role, you know, as a CEO. I also happen to understand their backgrounds, their families, and I make it a point. My sister, who's also a psychologist, you know, I take her help and all of that. So all these things matter in today's world, you know. Mental health also is very key.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now that you have qualified, you are on a different platform altogether. And people, fans are talking to say that Dempos, Salgonkar, for example, they are big industrialists, big businessmen, big money, and you all are not. You are just a family-run club. And you are not going to be like FC Goa, who are in casino and casino money, and that is what is needed to be at the topmost level of the league. Now, to sustain and maintain, and you need bigger money, how do you propose to do that?
We have been running this club for a good 4.5 decades plus. So from then to now, we have been managing, and now also we will manage. Like how I say, God's timing is perfect. Nobody's plan is better than God's plan. It was God's plan, and we'll live it out.
But you will need very, very big money, especially because there are problems with the Reliance, the people who funded the ISL right from the beginning. And one does not know whether they will continue pumping in that big money. Which
irrespective of that, what I have to say is, you have to spend money wisely. You can't spend money in a foolish manner, like the way we conduct and our you know, operations, how it is. We try and make as cost effective as we can, but we do not compromise on the quality of player. So there is the management which comes, you know, if you want to be like this lavish, that doesn't, for me what matters is winning. For me what matters is quality of players. For me what matters is a good coach, good training system, and everything which is needed, but not something which is needed only to make headlines.
Yeah, but then you need big money, because
Of
if
course
you
you
look
need.
at ISL, you have players who cannot be compared with the I-League players.
But I'm sorry to say that, Jovito, like there is a lot of hype also created, and I'm not contesting that they are this. Now if you see Kingsley, okay, Kingsley, who's our player from Betalbati, Kingsley came from an ISL club. and that club is Roundglass Punjab. But they never gave the opportunity for Kingsley to play. But you look at Kingsley and Churchill brothers, would you say that Kingsley is less competitive than the ISL club? It doesn't matter. See, the more the match time you give a player, the more you see the player, will you know a player. But if you bench a player, then you're wasting his career as well.
You need top quality
We will.
foreign players.
We will.
And these foreign players who are inducted in ISL, they are not the same quality.
Yeah, but remember, we had the same kind of players when we had NFL and I-League and there was no ISL. So just by saying that, you can't make them supreme, you know, it's the quality of play.
Yeah, because when
See, I'll just tell you why.
Yeah.
I mean, this shouldn't be controversial, but you look at the ranking of Indian football. What
Yes.
is the ranking?
Yes. Is going down now.
So what is it?
100 plus now.
Not 100 plus, it's 127 plus.
Yes.
What was the ranking during I-League and NFL? 96 was the
yes.
highest. So how could you say the quality is bad here and not bad there? It's all about, even for the Indian team for that matter, I must say that, you know, the coach, who's the national team coach, and I have spoken about this as well. He said that we must not even look at the I-League players. I mean, they should play in ISL for 3-4 years and then they can be a part of national team. I'm totally against this statement, because as a national team coach, you have to have an open eye and you have to have the real eagle's eye to scout the talent. It doesn't matter from where the boy comes, but if the boy is extremely skilled, you need to give him a spot in the national team. It's not mandatory to see that the boy has to come from an ISL club. So which means you have a very discriminating side to say, like even how you are saying, the quality there is very
Yes.
big in the quality. No, it is not. It is the perception, it is the hype. Let Churchill brothers go there and then we...
Do you mean to say that our India players, and we have a lot of Goans also featuring now in the national team, do you mean to say that our Goan players who are in ISL, in I-League, are they not being given their proper treatment, proper due?
See, it's not about proper treatment and due. One, the statement is wrong that an I-League player cannot play that. This is something I don't believe in, because before ISL there was only I-League. Secondly, the camp should be a little longer camp, because in 10 days and all you really can't do much. So there has to be a great, you know, the ecosystem rather has to be worked upon, and how to go about it, you know, with the windows and all of that. It's very, very important.
But are you happy that a good number of our Indian players
I am.
do figure in both ISL as well as I-League?
Of course, and that's a matter of pride, and that's the goal we should work towards. The goal is that you need to give more and more youngsters that opportunity, because obviously the player cannot become overnight a Sunil Chetri, but until and unless you give him that match time to play those friendlies and to go for those international matches, how can you?
Now how many players you had who represented India?
We had in the past almost
You-
all of them.
yes.
Gauramangi, Mahesh Gauli, I think Lenny, so many of them.
What about
Brendan?
Brendan. What about Brendan, who switched over from FC Goa? He left FC Goa
And went to Mumbai City.
Yeah.
See, that is his call, but I think Brandon is a great talented player, and it's a dream to watch this boy.
So
and
will you get the best Goan talent in your next team?
I don't know whether Brandon or the others are willing to come, but I will make sure that whatever we have, we make the best out of it.
Yeah. So you don't foresee any problems for you
No.
to perform at the topmost
See,
level?
life is full of challenges, okay? Where there are ups, there are downs. What goes down comes up. I truly believe in it, and I have seen a lot of difficult times and a lot of good times, and I'm very grateful to Almighty God. And what it has taught me, one thing in life is have a very balanced approach. Don't be overwhelmed with what happens. So this is another big step which we have to take, and we have to do it very systematically, very organized manner. And as I say, it's just not me. it's teamwork. You know, one person cannot achieve all of this. It's great teamwork, which we have a great team who does this. And my father, I mean, how can I, not talk about him? It was his dream to, reach the ISL. And today I'm happiest for him the most. Like for me, although that one point and then we were dropping and then we were coming up and then somebody else. And I just for this one man, and I used to pray every day that Jesus, please make his dream come true.
Yeah, so his mission is accomplished.
Oh my God, totally.
Yeah.
He's become like 20 years younger if you meet him now. He's so happy, and football is an emotion in our family, and even in Goa for that matter. Football is just not a sport. Like even if we lose one match or if we draw, till we win the other match, like the atmosphere at home is so sad.
Yeah.
He doesn't come to have lunch and he becomes like a child, and he'll be still talking how that fellow missed that ball and this fellow. And I'm telling him, Daddy, you have to move on, concentrate on the next match. Now that is done and dusted.
Yeah. And is this the reason why he said, now, maybe I will get back into politics?
So this is not the reason of the football, but he's a man who loves people. He's a man who can't live without people. He's the man whom his number is there with almost everyone. You call him one ring, he's going to answer the call. I think you require this kind of people in politics.
Yeah.
Very, very.
But
very
coming back to football and Churchill brothers, you had problems towards the end of the league. Not of your making, but I would say it was the All India Football Federation.
I can't comment on this because I am a part of All India Football
Federation. I know
Federation.
because you are in the executive committee of the AIFF. But the AIFF did lot of blunders, and they were obvious because you finished the championship and the champion is not declared at the end of those rounds. Something unbelievable, and the entire India was unhappy.
Shocked.
And they said, what is happening in Indian football? Since you cannot throw light on this, don't you think so that all these decisions pertaining to protests, counter-protests, appeals should have been finalized before the last final round game?
Yeah, the rules and regulations definitely say that before the final round, all the disputes have to be settled.
Yes.
And things should have been the other way. Like you should have settled all the disputes and probably delayed the match also. Wouldn't matter, delay the final match. But it didn't happen. But as I'm saying that, God's plan, God's timing is perfect. Ek mure munniya देवान दिलो कोणाच्यान ओरपायना ही आम ट्रॉफी देवान दिल्या. And I said it every day when people used to ask me what will happen, this is coming in the news where some people are talking like this, some people are this, and I just said, do you trust God? So what is if you see the Divine Mercy image, I trust in you. And what does God say? If you trust in me, do not doubt.
So you think God also is with you?
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
So I never doubted it.
Okay. And yet there is another problem which has not yet been solved. The other clubs are also part of that. And that's about one player.
Yes, that's a very big problem.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, justice is something you can delay, but you cannot deny. You can never deny.
Yes. And as the way are happening, some feel that the AIFF has been working against Churchill brothers. I know you will not still comment.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah. Because all these decisions have gone not as per what should or ought to have happened.
It wouldn't be right for me to comment about this, Jovito.
Just because you are in the executive committee.
I am a member of the EXCO, and we work as a team, and I can't comment on this. It is not.
But everybody says that the blunders committed by the AIFF, they have not even had the courtesy to reply to what 4 or 5 clubs have asked them to do. You can't deny a reply.
Yeah, but then all the clubs went to the Delhi High Court, and now the matter is listed.
Yeah, it is there. So
Yeah.
you had to go to the High
yes,
Court.
yes.
So, as far as the administration is concerned, everyone feels that the AIFF has faltered. I know you are not
No, I
directly
think
into
the competition department has.
the competition department, and it looked as if they were against your club in particular.
I really can't say that, but when God is with us, nobody can be against us. Who
Yes.
can be against us is the.
But then you can't just say God, but you have to work
See,
and help God.
I'll tell you one thing.
Yes.
You have to win on the pitch. That's what we did. You don't win matches in courtrooms. And even my club has said that. Every point which we have earned, like today we have 40 points, is earned by sweat, dedication, hard work, sleepless nights, and everything the entire team has put. Especially the players who worked like so hard, our head coach, our assistant coach, the physio, the entire officials who have been there. See, Rome wasn't built in a day. Our qualification did not happen overnight.
No.
We have worked very hard. If you remember, when ISL just started, and we were champions, by the way, 12, 13, 13, 14, we became I-League champions, we became Federation Cup champions that particular year. And, then ISL started and we were relegated because of licensing criteria. And we fought in the Delhi High Court for good 2.5, 3 years. We came back in I-League. During that time, Dempo Salgaonkar Sporting had left I-League saying that there is no roadmap.
Yeah, withdrawn.
Withdrawn because there is no roadmap. How would our club go?
Yes.
But we were still there. We were playing. We were giving the Goan boys and every other Indians and whomever we could the platform to play. And hard work pays off. It's probably, if not today, tomorrow. And this is an example. Like Churchill Brothers is an example of never ever give up in life. Believe in yourself.
Yeah. And how do you plan now for your next ISL?
There is a lot to do. We are working on it. I just can't say that we'll do this and it is going to be done.
Yeah.
But it is, we're working on it.
Yeah. And recruitment of the players.
Yeah, we're working on that as well.
The coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody is working already.
All. See, because I said it's teamwork and we have to take the right steps. And since the expectations also from everyone is so much now from Churchill Brothers, and everybody comes and says to my dad, "So, trophy te malna, but tu alpa jai ISL ची and तो मोटा Churchill आली trophy आट रे." So like that is the spirit.
Yeah, but then one has to work.
See, how did we qualify for ISL? It's all through our hard work for over the years. The last 10 years we've struggled. It's not like we just came in and in like 1.5 years we won it. It's a process. It's a struggle. It's like it is not easy when you lose a match and you are 8th on the table, sometimes 6th on the table. But the principle is never give up. If not today, then tomorrow. So most important thing is believe in yourself. Believe that what you're doing is right. Take the corrective measures, what didn't happen last time. And that's all a process which we did. And by God's grace, we made it.
And how important was the role played by your head coach?
Very important. Very important. He was a very, very strict man. And he did his best. And I don't know if you know, but we had signed actually another coach from our last season, Bonnet. And then there were some issues with his visa.
Visa problem.
And then we were, we had couple of CVs which came in, and then finally we decided on Dimitri.
Okay. And are you planning also for the next season now to get the coach?
We're working on it. We are working on it.
And what will be your immediate plan?
See, there are a lot of people also who want to collaborate with Churchill Brothers. So we're working on that as well. And I always say that we need like-minded people, a person who is like Churchill, Alemao. So basically not a person who feels if I put 10 rupees, I can make 1,000 rupees. No, but a person who understands the passion of football, who will come in and support the club in what the club has to do. Obviously, he will get whatever his returns are and all of that. But you require people who understand football, who understand that yes, sporting spirit is like this and you have to wait and watch. It's not like, they say, no, you put the money today and you get it tomorrow. It doesn't happen like that.
It never happens.
Never. In sports, it never happens.
It never happens. But you'll have to rework your entire strategy.
We are reworking and we are working on it. And like I said before, I'm never very vocal about what we do. In fact, you had asked me for the interview couple of times I told you that Jovito, not now. Only after I win will I come and give you this
I know
interview.
you always said that and says no. And finally you won and then you had to come.
I had to because the promise was made.
Yeah.
And likewise for ISL also, we are working, and when things are done, then I will come to you.
Yeah. And your headquarters will be in Raya or?
Now that is something very interesting. I wish I could, in fact, I really wish I could, but then there are certain specifications, I think, which they do not fit in.
Because as far as I see, Raya has been your
lucky,
the most
fortress.
Yes, and if you maybe continue there,
nothing like it.
Nothing like it.
Nothing like it.
What
I
do you
wish,
think?
but see, you need to revamp that entire stadium, because when you qualify for ISL, there are certain specification and requirements.
Because if you go back to Fatorda, then it will be divided between two teams.
But that's what the derby is all about, right?
Yes.
We want a Goan derby.
Okay.
And let's hope for the best. I mean, it's too early to say anything, but Churchill Dempo at Raya and Dempo Churchill again at Fatorda.
Yeah. And do you think you'll get the attendance at Fatorda if and when?
At least as of now, everybody's talking that y'all just go and we are all there, and Churchill Brothers is the good old days are back, and the kind of, if you see even on social media, the kind of love which the Goans have given us is incredible. Incredible.
And it happened all of a sudden.
All of a sudden, and it evolved actually. It just didn't happen overnight, but there was this match with Srinidhi and the Crystal John, where we were like just robbed of our 3 points. Probably we would have won it that day itself. And after that, it was too much of an emotional and everything that happened. And, people felt that, why is this happening to Churchill Brothers? They deserve everything. They supported they were watching every player who played, in the team. And I must say, without people's support, we wouldn't have reached there.
Yes. And
it's not good to play on empty stadiums.
I know.
You don't even feel like it's a match.
Is it because the crowd came because a South Goa team and South Goa spectators patronizing?
100%. All, even people who are in the UK, even people who are in the US and people who are in Gulf, all of them have been supporting. Like, people flew down also to watch at least one match of Churchill Brothers. Yeah. So there's so much that has happened.
So you have reinvented Churchill
Brothers. Not me, but the entire team. And there has been a lot of brainstorming and planning, and which has happened. And finally it worked.
This time, what has happened is something unique.
And the best part is my father's happiness.
Of course. He slogged, he struggled. And
he never ever compromised on the club, and for him, having a club is not to be at the bottom, always has to be on the top.
You have done exceedingly well at the I-League level. You have a team also in the Goa Professional League, and they didn't fare well at all, I should say.
I must say that I'm glad that they are still there, because it was not a great performance, and it happens, sometimes it does, but obviously some things did not work out. We have to make sure, because we've never had such worst performance in GPL over the years. This is the first time, I think.
Because you were in the second group. for demotion actually.
So
Yeah.
there also there have to be some corrective measures which you have to take, and also what happens is all the players, they want to play for I League. Like if you have a team in the I League, they don't want to play for GPL. So it's not possible also to take all of them in the I League. It's because see, me or my dad or my brother or the family, we never get involved who will play. That is decided by the coach. We've got nothing to do on the pitch. It's your talent, your hard work and your skill. If you have talent, you will be there. So maybe if you are not this year, you will be that year. But you must not give up on yourself that if I am not going to play for I League, then I won't play.
Because many of your fans were disappointed.
I myself am so disappointed.
That you had to compete to stay alive in a Goa professionally.
Oh my God. Every day I would be talking to the coach and to the players, and I would be asking like, what is happening? This is one side we are winning here and the other side we are this. But I have also understood that things happen and you have to work on what didn't work out, but next year should be a great.
And what about your grassroots program?
We are working on it, and with the school timings and all of that, it kind of did not work out. A lot of my first 11 boys failed at TW3.
Is it?
Most. Like I could say the entire 11. So we had to play with what we have, and you can't back out. So out of say, if we had a team of say 25 in one group, 15 failed. Then we had to add another, few more. In that also so many first 11 played. So it's not been an easy. So now onwards, we have to take boys who are much younger than that age group, because only then I think they will pass the TW3.
So looking ahead, you have a very tough time.
None of the years have been easy, to tell you. Every year has been tough. And the tougher it is, it pushes you more to give your best.
Are you ready for that?
100%. I've always dealt with the toughest times. I always tell my father also this, that it's not been an easy life being your daughter, It's been very tough, and he always appreciates that. He says the way you handle stuff and everything from criticism to appreciation to everything. I have right now, I think, learned to not to react to many things, react at the right time, and your work should say it all.
And your relationship with the AIFF?
It's good.
It's fine?
Of course.
There's no problem?
No problem. I mean, all my members are very good people, and they have always supported me. And like being the first women exco, it's not been an easy world, but I must say, they have always encouraged me to speak as well, in whatever points, like on women's football and so many other things, and things which I do not agree, and I always voice it out, and nobody shuns me down.
And your relationship with the Goa Football Association?
I think I better not speak about it. It's just like that.
Is it?
Yeah. It's not been good at all.
Yeah. Any specifics where you felt that you were not given your due treatment?
Always. I mean, like for the AGMs and all, they've been coming and saying things to me, and even the other members who are there in the AGM, they felt offended that how can you speak to a girl like that, and saying names to my dad. And I have handled it all with grace and with dignity, because I have done law, I've practiced law. So as a lawyer and a very dignified citizen of the country, I choose not to speak to people who do not understand what I speak, and I keep my limitations, and I
because there were accusations, I don't know how this is
so many,
true,
and
that some of the top office bearers of the Goa Football Association were with Interkashi.
I don't want to say. I think the people will say what it is. I don't want to say anything much about it. But yeah, the relationship has not been good. But I'm the kind of person, Where there are negatives, I will not stay. Where there is positive, I will
Any
concentrate
chance
on
that
that.
this will be now a thing of the past?
See, as I'm telling you, I believe on concentrating on the positives. Like God has given me so much. He's been so kind, countless blessings. I need to celebrate this moment rather than, cribbing about things which were not very good.
So, to wind it up,
But I must say, the first association to wishes was the Jammu and Kashmir Association.
is it?
Yeah. That shootout at Pahalgam
Yes,
was the
yeah.
most shocking thing because we've just
Totally
been to
shocking.
Kashmir and
Totally shocking.
all my, nieces and my nephews, my sisters, like we were barely there for 2 days, right? So the day we landed, they went driving to, see the snow and it was like, I'm telling you, Kashmir was so positive, so good. That news has shaken me.
It has shaken everyone. It has shaken
I
everyone.
can't believe like they can do this and why they did this to the civilians, and it's a very sad day, very, very sad.
So, you are happy with what you have achieved,
Yeah, yeah.
and you are looking forward for the next season now, which is
Definitely.
going to be very, very challenging.
I think every interview I have done with you, Jovito, you always say very challenging. But that is what the world is. You tell me which person has it easy. At least I have not had it for ages.
And if I'm not mistaken, you have had the same manager, Danzi,
Oh my
all
God.
throughout.
All throughout. And Denzi just lost his father,
father,
mom.
yeah.
And I always tell him, and mom's sister also, who is like my my grandmother's sister. So I tell him that they've really been angels who've gone above and actually sent us this blessing of winning the title.
So I think on this note, we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
May
Thank
you
you.
realize your dream for the ISL. It may not be immediately, but eventually things will
As
happen.
I said, that Rome wasn't built in a day. We have to work hard towards it. We have to take the proper corrective measures and we have to see and excel in the ISL. I mean, that's what the goal is all about. And most importantly, I want all the Goans to come and support us, whether we play at Fatorda or whether we play at Raya. But Fatorda is what I feel. I mean, Raya, if the federation allows, we will. But without your support, this dream wouldn't have been possible. And thank you to CCR TV. And thank you, Jovito, for getting me here and, giving me this opportunity.
It was a due because you had promised.
Yeah.
You had
It was
promised.
months. It's been months.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you said no.
Until
And I
we
said,
win, I said I'm not giving
yes,
it to you.
and it
Yeah.
did
happen.
happen.
It happened.
happened.
I manifested it.
Yeah. Thank you very much for
Thank you
being
so
with the
much.
CCR TV.